Hi everyone! For this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a virtual environment. We'll be installing VMware and then running Windows Server 2016 inside it. First, let's look at how this works under the hood. Think of virtualization like a building. At the very bottom, we have the physical software. That's your actual computer's brain and memory. On top of that sits your host OS, like the Windows you use every day. Next, we add the hypervisor, which is our VMware software. It acts as a middleman. It takes pieces of your real hardware, the resource allocation port, and hands them to a virtual machine. Finally, we install our guest OS, which is a Windows server. To the server, it feels like it's a real computer, but it's actually just living in a container on your laptop. First, you'll need to download VMware Workstation. The installation is very straightforward. Just follow the prompts and restart if it asks you to. You also need the brain of the server, which is the ISO file. You can get a 1/8-day evaluation of Windows Server 2016 directly from the Microsoft evaluation. Center for free. Once you have that file saved, we're ready to build. Now let's open VMware and click Create a new virtual machine. Choose the typical setup. Now we point it to that ISO file we just downloaded. Then it asks for a version. I'm choosing Standard Core. And we can skip the product key since we are using the evaluation version. Give your VM a name, like LOL server, and pick a folder to save it in. For this capacity, 60 GB is a safe bet, so we'll go with that. I recommend selecting split virtual disk into multiple files because it makes the VM easier to move later if you need to. Before we hit finish, there's a pro tip that you need to know. Uncheck the box that says power on this virtual machine after creation. Go into Edit Virtual Machine Settings. See this fluffy drive? Most modern setups don't need it, and it can actually cause error during installation. So we're going to remove it. While we're here, make sure your RAM is set to at least 2 GB or 4 GB so the server doesn't lag. Now hit power on. You need to click inside the window and press a key to boot from the CD. Once the Windows setup starts, pick your language and keyboard settings. Click Install Now. It's also very important to choose the Windows Server 2016 desktop experience. If you pick the core version, you won't have a desktop or a mouse cursor, so it'll just be a command box. You want a full GUI. Accept the license term and choose Custom Install Windows Only. Select the 60 GB drive we created and then hit Next. Now we let the Windows do its thing. So after the server reboots, it'll ask you to set an administrator password. Make sure it's a strong one. To log in, you usually just press Ctrl plus Alt plus Delete on your keyboard because your real computer will catch it. Instead, go to the VMware menu at the top and send the command through there. And there we go. If the screen looks small, just give it one more restart or install VMware tools to fix the resolution. We are officially logged in our new Windows server. And that's the full process. We've gone from physical hardware to a fully virtualized server environment. This setup is perfect for testing software or learning how a network works without needing a whole room full of servers. Thanks for watching!